Praise God, friends. Thank you so much for deciding once again to go on this 30-day devotional towards better relationships as we journey through my new book, The People Factor. And I'm so excited because I am thoroughly convinced that 2014 is the year to do relationships better. And today I am blessed to be joined by a tremendous man, a leader's leader, and he happens to be a great friend of mine and even a mentor, Dr. Samuel Chan. And I want to take some time, Dr. Chan, to just talk a little bit about chapter 2 of my book that I call The Law of Mutual Benefit. And the central premise here is that every relationship in your life should be a win-win. Now, Dr. Chan, you have had the opportunity to lead organizations at tremendous levels, not just here within the United States, but all around the world. As a matter of fact, you have been blessed to have the designation of one of the top 10 or top 100 leaders in the world. And so I can only imagine that you have kind of come in contact at a personal level and at an organizational level with the importance of this notion of mutual benefit and relationships needing to be win-win.
Well, that topic in itself is a constant challenge in whatever relationship you are in your marriage, as a parent, as a child, as an employee, as an employer, in the church world. It doesn't matter where you go. I think it's that balance at all times as to a win-win. So now there's some days in which you win a little bit more or they win a little bit less, but at the end of the day, there has to be some kind of equilibrium over there. So before we talk a little bit more about that, I just want to say thank you for writing this book. It's a great book.
Thanks.
It's a great book. I had the opportunity to read it again, especially in preparing for our conversation for the second chapter. And what I have in my hands might look different to others because mine is an advanced copy. So I want everybody else to be jealous. I have an advanced copy, and I have a personal message in here from Pastor Van. So this book is not going on eBay. It stays with me. In fact, I'll will it to my children's children. You know, you were talking about win-win relationships, healthy relationships. I have determined that there are two kinds of people in our lives, Pastor Van. Those who add to us, those who subtract from us. Let me say it another way in banking terms. Those who make deposits in our life and those who make withdrawals from our life. And what happens over time is a lot of people who used to make deposits now making more withdrawals than deposits. And you who might be listening to this, and sometimes myself or Pastor Van, we feel trapped as to where we are because it becomes, started off as an addition, but it becomes a subtraction. And it's low returns on the investment over there. In this book, in this chapter especially, Pastor Van, you talk about a word synergy. You also use the word mutuality in there. And so as I was reading, I like to make notes. My books are marked up. So yeah, that is why my books are good for me. I can just go through there and have a synopsis. I found some pieces that you say that are so well said and so succinct. For example, you reminded me what mutuality synergy is all about. It is when you want the best for the other.
Yeah. Not
just the best for yourself, but you want the best for other. Second thing reminded me of 6 things. The second thing reminded me of is there has to be respect for the other one.
Yeah.
Because unless you respect the other party, it will become a one-way street. The third thing is you celebrate the other. Whenever they have a win, you want to be their best cheerleader. You know, we heard the saying, you want people who celebrate, not tolerate. That is true. So people who exercise synergy and mutuality, win-win relationship, know that it is all about celebrating the other. They also share resources, number 4. They also share resources. So when I'm in the bookstore and I pick up a great book like this, I don't want to buy just one for myself. I want to buy it for the people with whom I'm in relationship with. Because if this blessed me, if this added value to my life, then it needs to add value to others. So if you're a pastor listening to me right now and you enjoy a book like this, don't just buy it for yourself and talk about, I read a book. It'll be a great thing for your elders, for your deacons, for your staff, for your volunteers, because this is not just about behind the pulpit. This affects corporate. This book is not written just for church world. It's written for people who are trying to increase relationships. And number 5 is they have healthy relationships. Healthy relationships to me are relationships that are not fragile, who are not easily broken. And number 6 are relationships that add, but then go beyond that to multiply. There's some relationships that add to you and some relationships that multiply to you. So those are my big takeaways from there. As I finished the book, I started reflecting, and I wanna, if that's okay with you, Pastor Ben,
sure.
I'd like to just reflect on the chapter, what the content did for me. So the content, what it did, it percolated stuff within me. So part A of the reflection is I have to think about 3 things. What relationships do I need to eliminate? I mean, that's a big one. It's toxic. They are toxic relationships. They are bringing me down. They subtract value from me. They subtract time from me. They're not returning. So what element do I need to eliminate? And then what do I need to add? What relationships do I need to add? And what relationships fall in the middle, in which I just need to marginalize them, in which I'm not trying to invest a lot into them. I'm not expecting a lot from them. But they as people, they have value. So I would marginalize them and not look to them as I used to look. The most important thing that this chapter did for me, Pastor Van, is it made me think of 5 questions about me. Because this it made me self-evaluate myself. So the first question that came to my mind is, am I someone who makes deposits, or am I making withdrawals? So every relationship I'm looking at is my relationship with you. Am I making more deposits than withdrawals? Every relationship is going to do both. We know that. But as long as I keep making more deposits than withdrawals, my checks will not bounce. Question number 1. Question number 2 was, do people feel trapped with me? Think about Thanksgiving, Christmas, and those seasons when you have to invite certain people. You have to buy gifts for them. We have to go and visit them. We feel trapped with them. So this chapter made me think about, when people are with me, do they feel trapped? The third question was, who is adding value to me or subtracting from me? And number 4 is, who else do I need in my life? Because I can only go higher by the people around me. And the most important question for me is, how can I add value to others? So in every relationship, so if it is somebody in the grocery store who's checking me out, if I'm making a deposit in a bank, if I am at a kiosk at a counter in the airport, if there's somebody who is serving me in a restaurant, if I am preaching at a church, if I am doing a conference, if I'm signing a book, is every relationship intentionally adding to others? Not only is a phenomenal chapter, Pastor Van, you have done a great work here. This is a labor of love. You have written a great book that's going to help many, many, many people. So I encourage everybody to know that the content is great, but it will make you think, and you'll be a better person for it.
Well, Dr. Chan, I sincerely appreciate it. It's kind of like going into a situation where you imagine that maybe I could add something here and there, and then you realize that, no, I don't need to add anything because it's all been said. As always, you have added value to my life just in this conversation. And I'm so encouraged by how the book has blessed you. And I am convinced that it's going to bless and will continue to bless so many other individuals. In 2014, I've been talking about how I really believe it's time to do relationships better. But I think one of the prerequisites to that is really all of the things that you mentioned, making sure that the relationships in our lives add value to us. And even if that means sometimes doing the hard work or raising the relevant questions that you raised, which relationships in 2014 do I need to do away with? Which relationships do I need to marginalize? So forth and so on. I know that that applies not only to your life, it applies to my life. And I'm sure it applies to the lives of so many people that are listening and joining this conversation with us. So Dr. Chan, thank you so much for taking your time out to just talk a little bit about the book. I'm so glad that it's blessed your life. And I want to encourage you, if you haven't picked up a copy of The People Factor, make sure you get it. Thank you so much for going on this 30-day devotional with us towards better relationships. I said it before, and I'll say it again. 2014 is the year to do relationships better. God bless you. See you on tomorrow.